I like it. Okay. Hello, everybody. I'm Dr. Andrea Christian Parks. Welcome to my channel. I just wanted to say welcome. I'm glad you're here. I am a OBGYN, lifestyle medicine boarded physician, and life and weight loss coach. And my mission is to help women of faith lose the weight for good. I did it. You can do it. So I just want to, this is going to be quick. I want to get to it a little quicker this time. We have been talking about how to simplify weight loss. Weight loss is not supposed to be complicated. God is not a God of confusion, but a God of peace, which means when we get into all these programs and these complicated regimens and food prepping and things that take hours upon hours and upend your life, they don't work because they are too complicated. And that is not necessary to lose weight. Weight loss itself is very simple. We make it complicated, but it doesn't have to be complicated. I promise you. So what I've been talking about over the past weeks is how to simplify your weight loss so you can be successful, because I want you to win, and you can. It doesn't have to be the awful statistics that you've heard about that say, oh, no, nobody loses weight. And if they lose weight, they gain it right back, and it's impossible. And you may have had your own experience with that, where you've lost some weight and it's come right back and you can't seem to keep it off. I know. I did that for decades. But I lost 60 pounds. I can tell you how to do it. And this is some of it, how to make it simple. It cannot be crazy. It cannot be super complicated because you won't sustain it. We just can't. So what do? For the last weeks, I've been talking a lot about simplifying weight loss from the perspective of hunger. How do we respond in different situations, in different settings, in different places that we've been taught to eat without eating when we're not physically hungry? And that is the number one thing that people learn when they work with me as clients, is how to respond to hunger as the signal for how to eat. A lot of times we're eating for all kinds of reasons that are not hunger related. But there's also another piece that I work with people on, and that is stopping when you're full. Now, that sounds very easy. It's not. I'm not going to lie to you and tell you it is easy to only eat when you're hungry and stop when you're full. And the main reason why it's not easy is because you've learned to eat other ways. You've learned to eat for other reasons. There's lots of other reasons to eat. We're excited, we're celebrating, we're, sad, bored, stressed. Stress is a big one. We eat for all those reasons. So learning to eat just for hunger, while it is absolutely the way to go, is not the way we generally eat. And that's why we end up carrying extra weight, because we're eating to take away discomfort for many reasons that have nothing to do with being hungry. So that's the first part. But the second part is equally as important, and it can be tricky to do this because we're also used to eating to full, like to being very full, like uncomfortably full, even for some of us, where we are, oh, I need to lay down. I got the itis. I want to unbuckle my pants. I need to get in my comfy clothes. I'm going to lay on the couch and watch TV for a while. That level of full. And, that whole Thanksgiving stuffed turkey feeling should not be familiar. It should not be something that we do on a regular basis, but a lot of us do. I used to eat that way all the time, where when I would eat, I would sit down and eat everything in front of me. I would be looking for more, and I would physically be uncomfortable, but still be wanting something. And that is one of the big ways you know that you're eating for reasons other than what your body's asking for. You're eating often for an emotional reason. It's not a bad thing. It's a common thing. It happens to people all the time. We learn to medicate our emotions with food. And that is not something that's your fault. It's something you've learned, but it is something you can change. So I want to teach you a concept today, and I think it will help you to decide how full is enough. Okay. I teach people about eating till they're comfortably full, eating till they're politely full, eating just until they hear that little voice in the back of their brain that says, I think that's enough. Most of the time we ignore it. We blow right through it and keep going and keep eating. We do it for lots of reasons. And I'm going to get into some of those in the coming weeks. But just to start, we want to have a target to aim at. What is it that is enough? And so some people understand the concept as, I just eat till I feel satisfied, just enough, like just enough to take away the hunger, not enough to feel bloated or distended or extra tight, or I need to change my clothes or anything like that, but just politely full, quietly full. Some people understand it as, I just am not hungry anymore. But there's one other way that I love. There's lots of other ways, but I love this one way to think about fullness. And it's actually a Japanese concept, and I'm not even going to try to say the words in Japanese because I will probably butcher it. But it is the concept of eating to about 80% full. So for my numbers people or my percentage people, my math people, this concept rings really true for you. Or if you like the concept of just enough, where there's a little bit extra left, little space left in your stomach. Eating to 80% is you feel good, you feel comfortable, you feel light, you feel energetic. You could go walk around the block, you can go do things. You don't feel heavy and weighed down. If you think about it, if you had a bottle of milk or soda or something in your refrigerator, it probably is more than 80% full, but you get the concept. There's a little space at the top. And what you're going for is that sort of concept. You would never fill up a bottle all the way to the top, to the brim, and then try to, screw the top on. You wouldn't do that. It's just, you're going to spill it. It's too much. Same concept with your stomach. You don't want to overfill your stomach to the very, very top. You just want to fill it about 80% full, where you've had enough, you're comfortable, you feel good, and there's still a little room left. Now, that room is not there for you to fill up with dessert. If you want dessert, no problem. Eat about 70% and then have a little dessert. You got to decide, you got to play with it. How much do you want to have? But you just have enough that when you're finished eating, you're at about 80%. And that's it. Once you feel that I can feel the gauge, I can feel I'm like right about here, 80%, I'm done. And then you stop. So that is the concept I want to teach today. We're going to flesh this out a little bit more in the weeks coming, other ways to eat just enough. But I promise you, when you eat this way, when you eat to 80% full and not beyond, your body will understand that that is a good level of fullness. And when you couple that with eating because you're hungry, the weight just comes off. You don't have to change anything, food prep, do complicated things, get all complex here. You can do very simple, small things, and you will watch the scale start to creep down. You do this consistently, it works. I promise you. You just got to try, and you just got to keep going at it. Meal after meal, day after day, wait till you're hungry, stop at 80% full, and the weight will slide off. Okay, and if you want more help, you need more support, you want to get into this individually, customize a plan, work it all out, I'm here to help. Okay, for those of you who need to find it, you can go to my website, www.drandreachristianparks.com, and you will find me there. There's a calendar link. You can schedule your free session and we can get started. And keep looking at the blogs, keep looking at the YouTube channel, keep getting all the help and support that you need. And I will see you next time. Oh, wait, before I forget, the concept that we're working on, we're doing things new. The scripture I wanted to remind you of, Ephesians 4:22-24. You were taught with regard to your former way of life to put off your old self, the eating for too full, the eating for emotional reasons. We're putting all that off. which is being corrupted by its deceitful desires. We want to eat because we want to eat. We want to eat because we want to make the stress go away. We're not going to do it that way anymore. We're now going to eat because we trust God put the signal for hunger and fullness in our bodies. So we're going to, in verse 23, be made new by the attitude of your minds, and to put on the new self, created to be like God in true righteousness and holiness. So hold on to that scripture, Ephesians 4:22 through 24, let it guide you as you respond to your body the way it was designed by our Maker. All right, I'll see you next time. Come see me at my website if you need help. I will be here. Talk to you soon. Bye.